Good afternoon and welcome to my hobby table yet again. What I have on the table today is an engine. It's an Evolution Alpha engine that I just got. I just took off a Hangar 9 P51 Mustang. It was part of the Facebook Marketplace deal, the bundle deal that I got. That I went and searched for or whatever. I found it on Facebook Marketplace, saw the deal and said, I'll do this. And you can go watch the video I've got on that. But this is all about this engine and getting it to turn over and getting it in a runnable state. Right now it is completely locked up. Now, as you can see here very clearly, the side of that piston looks brand new. Now, when I made that first video, I wasn't sure what the Alpha meant, but I since looked up on the Horizon Hobby site, and this is an engine that they used to couple with ARFs as part of their trainer system, and that's why it's got this flywheel on here, and these blue things indicate trainer things that limit what you can do with the engine. I don't have a high opinion of this system. I don't have a high opinion of these engines, so if I blow this engine up, I'm not going to lose one wink of sleep. But that's probably going to be the intention, is to just destroy this engine in some way or another while I'm evaluating it. But I did determine that the Alpha is actually a 46 ABC engine. Whether it's really an ABC engine or not is, I don't know. But I'm going to start by we're going to do a look inside, get this thing freed up. I didn't bring any gloves up here, which is kind of unfortunate, but we'll do the best I can. It's a OS number 8 glow plug in there, so if that thing is good, scoring a glow plug is always a cool thing. So I'm going to start by putting a little bit of Marvel Mystery Oil, 3 or 4 or 5 drops or so down there, a couple here. Touch that cylinder. This carb is completely locked up also. That's probably about all I'm going to do at this time. I think what I'm going to do now is carefully, very lightly start heating this thing up and see if I can get it to turn over at all. I'll start with the carb. So our carb is freed up. Got the carb freed up, and I'm glad this flywheel thing is on here because I'll probably be able to use that to grip. Let's heat the rest of this up now and see if we can get turning over, and then I'll do a look inside. Okay, I got it freed up here. Not complete, it's still tight. Probably gotta take a little bit more to heat that up, but at least we're going the right direction here. I don't want to get this thing too hot because I really do kind of want to take it apart. Alright, let's go ahead and start. Let's pull the head off here. I know for a fact that I've featured these Evolution, at least 1 or 2 of these Evolution engines on my channel before, years ago. I can't recall one of them. I haven't looked, I haven't done a search on my channel to actually verify this, but I think one of them might have been this thing. It might have been this Alpha engine. All I know is I was quite unimpressed I mean, it's probably a decent engine. It probably runs well. It's just, you know, when you start stupefying everything such that you have to make this little trainer setup so that you can't limit your... It's just... I don't know. Something about it. But anyway, this could end up being basically a brand new engine, or at least like new, or very... I'll just say not like new. Not new, not like new. There's no such thing. It's either new or used. But it's probably a very low time engine. I mean, who knows how low time that is, but look. What do you think? How low a time engine do you think that is? Obviously, it smells like fuel residue, which it should, because I believe, you know, the person I bought it from said he ran the engine. I mean, so, you know, it's a used engine, but damn. That's a shim or not on there, but I mean, it's a quite low time. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough heat in this thing to actually extract that sleeve or not. Nope, just ate the half of that bamboo stick. I don't know that I really need to do anything more than that anyway. I'm just going to open up the rear cover here. I'm not going to completely disassemble this engine. I've proven the fact that it's a very low time engine. Doesn't feel like it needs any bearings. But we'll take a look here in the rear cover. Maybe take that carb off too. I don't know. We'll see. These two straight because they hold the needle valve. Oh, damn. Little fuel tubing there, or strange small fuel tubing. This Evolution engine is, you know, it's a Chinese origin, so it's one of the things that I don't particularly care about it, but yeah, look at that. There's definitely some gunk. Did it even have a gasket? Oh yeah, it's one of those little very clear gaskets. Ugh. I don't know. Kind of gross looking in there. This thing might need to be taken apart. Looks like there's a bunch of... I don't think the bearings are bad, but there's definitely a bunch of sludge in here. I may end up having to take this thing apart and clean it up. Does that thing have to come out now? I didn't think that thing had to come out. I don't believe that has to come out to take that carb off. Maybe I just don't have it. Oh, there we go. That's free now. That is kind of an interesting thing. That's one thing I do like about this engine is you can see, hopefully you can see there's an internal O-ring down in there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to heat this thing up and see about getting that sleeve and everything out of there. Let's go ahead and take this stuff off here. Yeah, that thing is weighty. I certainly won't be replacing bearings on this thing. This is going to require considerable heat to I'm going to get that sleeve out. Before I do that, let me knock my light over here with my heat gun. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this or not. This may be something I have to go out in the garage and do with proper attire, gloves mainly. I do need this thing back on here. Go grab my bamboo skewer again here so I can have something to jam in that port. I thought the bamboo would be strong enough to just get that. Oh, damn it. Well, that bamboo is not strong enough. I don't really want to sacrifice a copper washer to do this. I think what I'm going to end up having to do is just heat this thing up a lot more. It's really freeing up now. A lot of people say, you know, slide your glow plug copper washer in there. I used to have flat popsicle sticks. There we go. Now that sleeve's coming up. Now let's see if I can get a little flat blade to help bring this thing up. That's not a little enough. There we go. Let's check the orientation of this thing. Got a notch on the back here. There's that. Now the question is, can I get this connecting rod or piston off of here? There we go. Piston's out. I don't know if this is going to have the... I probably don't have this thing nearly hot enough to take that crankshaft out, so this is going to have to be done out in the garage. I mean, it's not bad construction. Look at that, it's got all kinds of gunk in there. got, you know, a bushed connecting rod. That thing is really tight, really stiff. You know, it's one of those things I could just throw it all together and run it, and then do this and open it up and empty it out. But what I think I'll do is just throw these parts in a bin, and I've got that ultrasonic set up. Maybe I don't even take the rear bearing out. Maybe I just throw this damn thing in there like this and call it good. I don't know. I'll have to decide. But anyway, that's been a look inside of this Evolution A46 size engine. There'll be more videos on this to come once I figure out how I'm going to go about cleaning this thing up. It needs to get in the ultrasonic cleaner. I'm probably going to take this thing downstairs and see if that main bearing comes out on the crankshaft. If it does, that'd be ideal, but either way, I'm going to go downstairs and take my heat gun down there and get this crankshaft out and put this in the parts cleaner and get it all cleaned up, ready to run. Okay, so let me just close out this Evolution Alpha 46 ABC engine video that I had going here with. I did just finish cleaning this thing up. I took it all apart, took the main bearing, or I took the front bearing out. The main bearing was just not willing to come out at all. So I made the decision to just put the crankcase in the ultrasonic cleaner using that ZEP formula 15282, I believe it is. A little bit of heat, and now the engine is all cleaned up and ready to go. Ooh, it's got really strong. Ready to go. I got the 3-bladed prop on here. Went back together perfectly. The only thing that I'm going to have to do here is they've got this little roll pin thing here protruding from the high-speed needle, which in theory is supposed to minimize the amount of turns of rotation you can do here easily. And I've taken those blue training wheels off of the throttle barrel and here, so now I'm going to have to go out and, before I can run this, grind this thing down so that I can sit here and actually rotate and tune the engine properly. But anyway, so this engine, it looks better, especially on the inside. It was really, really gunked up on the inside. The outside never really looked all that bad, but I mean, the piston had, even before I put that in the ultrasonic cleaner also, just because it was really gunked up on the connecting rod and the wrist pin. It wasn't real smooth. So I threw that in there, but I mean, even before that, that thing looked brand new. I don't know how many runs this engine had on it before the fellow that owned this thing said he started having issues with the radio, but it doesn't look like it ever really had a whole lot of runtime on it at all. So this is essentially a brand new engine. Now the rear bearing the front bearing is perfect, just absolutely perfect. The rear bearing is not super perfect anymore because of going through a cleaning solution. I oiled it up. It feels fine. It'll be fine for my purposes. I have no fear of it, letting go unless it's an inexpensive Chinese bearing, which very well could be because this is an engine made in China. But anyway, so the next time you see this engine, it will be on the stand running for the first time with me.